A former director of the tourism development company welcomes the decision to dissolve the TDC. Carlos Dillon says the move is an excellent one, and he also supports government's plan to establish a regulatory body for the tourism industry. Mr. Dillon was a guest on Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago, and Patricia Nicholson has the details.
Carlos Dillon is a well-known Tobago hotelier who was also a member of the board of the Trinidad and Tobago Hospitality Institute and is currently a director at the Mount Avon Bay Hotel. Mr. Dillon said Tobago has never had a system in place whereby standards of hotels and guest houses in Tobago are kept, and is therefore pleased that steps are now being taken to ensure particular standards are maintained.
By organizing that body, we would be able to know exactly what we are doing in terms of the standards. For instance, when you say 3-star or 4-star, what does that mean in Trinidad and Tobago? We don't know. We know what it means in Europe or in the United States because there are standards. So we would have that in place.
While he agreed that the TDC should be dissolved and that a regulatory board be put in place, he said Tobago shouldn't have a separate regulatory board from Trinidad.
Excellent move. The question now is to ensure that the body has the right people with the right skills and experience to really make it work.
Speaking on the topic of a sandals resort coming to Tobago, Mr. Dillon said it's a good product, but he felt that alone cannot enhance Tobago's tourism sector to the level it needs to be.
Let's say Sandals is given a 20% rebate on its organization. The fact is that we in the rest of the industry should be able to get some kind of, so that we can compete. The playing field has to be level.
Mr. Dillon said the hotel industry as a whole is doing a little better now than it was last year, despite the challenges with the air and sea transport. But he said measures must be taken to ensure a more reliable air and sea bridge. I'm Patricia Nicholson for C News.
And the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Incoming Tours Association, Lauren Pouchet, says there was no consultation with the stakeholders in the tourism sector before government made the decision to dissolve the tourism development company. In a telephone interview with C News, Ms. Pouchet said she was informed of government's decision along with the nation when the minister made the comment during yesterday's post-cabinet media briefing. While she said consultations should have been done, she supports the idea of having different tourism strategies for the two islands.
We have always felt that there needed to be separate marketing strategies for Tobago versus Trinidad and Trinidad versus Tobago. We are a Twin Island Republic. However, the product offerings are essentially core different. While Tobago is very sun, sand and sea, rainforest and so on. In Trinidad, there are so many other aspects of who we are, our birding, our flora, our fauna, our culture, our way of life, our festivals.
She said there are more questions than answers regarding how the two new entities will be managed.
What is going to replace it? What is the agency that is going to replace it? How is this agency going to be comprised? Who are going to populate this agency? Is it going to be people who have the experience, the requisite experience, know-how and qualifications in tourism that could really speak to moving it forward? Is there going to be private-public sector collaboration in the process? Are they going to just put in place who they want to put in place? It is questionable as to how this thing is going to formulate itself.